everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, so I hope you guys enjoy it and keep watching. Thank you. Okay, so I already went ahead and prepped my skin with my moisturizer. I don't really use primers. I use this as a primer. It's the Olay Complete moisturizer for my face. It looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my foundation. I usually switch around with my foundation or my eyebrows first, but this time I'm gonna start with my foundation, and I'm gonna use the Maybelline New York foundation in shade 220 in natural beige. Looks like this. And you can go ahead and purchase this anywhere, like at Target, Walgreens. Pump it on the brush and then just spread it out around my face. To me, I can say that this foundation is pretty full coverage. I haven't really tried many foundations other than this one and the NARS. Go ahead with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. It looks like this. It's all beaten up. I actually tried the other day this other beauty sponge. It was this one, and I kind of didn't like it. It was like soaking up all the makeup, but this one I love. It's super bomb. It doesn't soak up in like all the makeup, and it blends out so nice, as you guys can see. And then I went ahead and used the pointed part for my forehead, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use the bottom part for my rest of my face. And I'm gonna go ahead and drag that down to my neck so that you can't see a harsh line, just in case if the foundation is a slightly different color. Just like that. Okay, after I went ahead and blended out all of my foundation, I go to do my eyebrows. I haven't really been filling them in lately. I've just been brushing them out with some gel, and I've been using this little spoolie from this Maybelline eyebrow pencil. It looks like this. And then like you can get any little spoolie, and then I've been using this Eco Gel, super bomb. It holds my eyebrows in place. I usually do the gel and then the mascara later on in my makeup routine, but I'll just get like a little dot like that on my hand, and then I'll dab my spoolie in it, and then just lightly brush them out. Like that. And then dip it again, and then go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And it's kind of your choice, your preference, how much gel you want to put or how up you want to do your eyebrows. I used to not like this. I thought it was gonna look funny, but when I tried it out, I was like, girl, this is bomb. Love it. And just go ahead and use the rest of the gel that I have on my hand. I'm gonna use my concealer. I'm using my e.l.f. concealer in the shade light beige. Looks like this, and I also got it at Target, I believe. And since I am gonna outline my eyebrows, I'm gonna get this and just put a little dot on my hand, and then I'm gonna be getting little by little because a little does go a long way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my concealer brush. It looks something like this. My brushes are super old, so I don't really have like numbers for them and stuff, so have patience with me. But little by little, I'm gonna start grabbing a little bit like that, and then I'm just gonna start outlining my eyebrow. And then it depends on your preference. I haven't been outlining the top part of my brow only because I've been feathering it up. So I'll just kind of leave them like that. And then the eyebrow comes out like this. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, I am now all done carving out my eyebrows and they look like this. So then after I carve them out, I'm gonna use my translucent powder. It's a Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Fair Light. Looks like this. And then I'm also gonna grab a brush that looks something like this. And then I go ahead and pat just a little bit and then I press it into my eye so that it can set well, so that I won't get any creases into my eyeshadow. I try to add little by little so that it won't get crusty or like build up in the creases too nasty. And then whatever I have left, I just kind of tap on my eyebrow like that on the top to set that. And after I'm done setting that, I can either do my foundation or I can start into my face. And since I haven't set my face, I'm gonna go ahead and contour and highlight my face so that I can hurry up and set that and then do my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna start by contouring my face with my e.l.f. concealer. It looks like this. It's in the shade Rich Chocolate. And since the brush does hold a lot of product on it, I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down right here. So I won't use too much because like I said before, a little bit goes a really long way. I like to put little by little and then build it up. I'm going to put it on the bridge of my nose like that. Do it on the other side like that. And then I'm going to try and blend it in as much as I can upward towards my eyebrow so that it can have a nice blend to it. And then blend downward. You have to be really careful on this part because you also don't want to mess up the shape of your brow. Like that. And then once you have the lines a little more blended out, I like to create a little line right here with whatever I have on the brush. And then the rest with my finger if the brush isn't blending out as much as you would want it to. I like to do that and it really does help me out a lot. After I am done blending that out, my nose looks a little crooked, but we're gonna fix it right now with concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my forehead. I'm gonna put a couple dots there like that. Then I am going to use this brush to be blending it out. It looks like this. And then I'm just going to be pressing down into my skin while I'm trying to blend it around. You want to move around the product, not just blend it in one section, or else it's not going to look blended at all. So like that. And then I'm going to do the other side, press it in, move it around a little. I do put a lot of the product into my hairline so that it won't look so crazy of a difference because I love to be bronzed. 3 dots over here. Like that. I'm going to go ahead with the same brush, and like I said, I'm going to be pressing it in, but we don't want to drag it downward. You want to be dragging it upward so that your face looks more lifted rather than it going down, because then it beats the purpose of the contour. And I'm bringing it up to meet the contour from the forehead right here. Like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Okay, and then I usually contour my jawline, but I don't like to use too much. So I just use the same brush and just whatever I have right there, I'll grab onto it like that and then just little by little put some like that. Because we don't want a dark neck. Haciendo un YouTube video, a ver cómo me sale. Voy a hacer un video para YouTube, a ver cómo me sale. Yeah, please. Okay, now after I'm done blending out that contour, I'm gonna go in with my concealer in the same color, light beige. And with the brush, I'm gonna be And on my under eyes, as you guys can tell the way I'm blending it, I'm starting right here in the inner corner and bringing it super tight in with a lot of tension so that it can blend out nicely. I won't have like little patchy areas. I don't start touching all of the concealer all at once because I want it to blend nicely there, not go anywhere else. I want it to stay in place. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that on this one. Start right there, start bringing it up. Do the same thing right here. Bring it outward right here so that the face looks nice and lifted. You're not ruining your contour. So I do have another shade of concealer that's the light peach. It looks like that. I can't see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 dots under my eyes right here to add a little bit more brightness. Like that. If you can tell that difference, it looks a little more brighter right here. You can't see as much of my bags as you could before. I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer areas now with the Beauty Blender and the same Fit Me powder. And the same as the concealer, I'm doing it little pieces by little pieces. I'm not going all crazy putting it all over my face. Little pieces like that. And you want to blend it out, treat it like if it was a concealer or the foundation, because you don't want to ruin the blending of your concealer and your foundation with the powder. I'm gonna go ahead. And for the rest of my face, I'm gonna just grab this Real Techniques brush like this, and then I'm gonna use the same powder. I'm gonna just dab on it a little bit and spread that out in the areas that I did not press it with the Beauty Blender. Go ahead and press it everywhere else. You want to bring it down to your neck. You don't want your neck to be smeared anywhere else, like on your clothes or anything. So I feel like the powder does really help that to stay in place. And I'm gonna go in with this Morphe palette. It's all dirty. This is my favorite, and it's in 8L, like that. And the 2 shades that I use the most are these 2, this one and this one. I'm gonna go ahead and go in and put the bronzer over every little spot that I put the contour concealer on. The same thing on this side. Now I'm gonna use this brush like this. You can use any type of fluffy brush that helps you blend out your stuff for good. I'm gonna go in with the same shades as I did before with my nose and just blend that out. I don't use as much on my forehead since my forehead does look already really bronzed. Like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing on my cheeks. And then whatever I have left on the brush, I'll just go ahead and brush that out on my jawline. I don't want it to look too harsh. On this side. Go in with my Airspun powder. It's in the shade Naturally Neutral. Looks like this. I also get it at any drugstores. I'm almost done with it actually. It lasts a really long time. I opened this one October. I put the dates behind it. So I opened this one October 3rd, 2019. And we're now almost in July. And I'm still using it. It still has a good amount in it. And I use it all the time. So it's pretty good. I'm going to use whatever I have on the lid and my Beauty Blender as well for this part. So this I basically get on the tip just a little bit like that, and then I outline my contour like that. You can go ahead and outline it like that, and then do the same thing on the other side. And you also want to be precise on this part, because if you don't be precise on it, it's going to come out crooked, and the rest of the contour that you took your time on isn't going to even be worth it. So you want to go ahead and take your time on it, and you know, with practice you'll get it. And the same thing right here on my cheekbones. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Outline it like that. There we go. And it's going to look something like that. And just go ahead and pat in this right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I leave that on while I do my entire eyeshadow process and everything, and then I go ahead and take that off afterwards and then finish my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and decide what I want to do my eyeshadow because I have no idea what I want to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and looked on my Instagram feed and I couldn't really find anything that I liked. Everything was super extra, but I do remember that my sister-in-law had sent me a picture of this really pretty eye makeup, and I think I can put like a screenshot of the picture I recreated at the end of the thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and compare those. So I'm gonna try and recreate as much as I can. So I hope you guys like it. And then it's gonna be a Morphe. I'm gonna be using my Morphe palette. I love this palette. It has all kinds of like neutrals, browns. I love it, and it's in the number 15N. That. I'm gonna be using this Morphe brush E23. It's really good for blending. It looks like that. I'm gonna be going in with that same color Selfie like I said before. And I'm going to be pressing it in. Blend it inward like that to connect to the contour of my nose so that it looks like I'm contouring my eye in a way as well. I'll be doing that. Going with this other Morphe palette that I have in 12P. And I'm gonna try to incorporate this blue, like this light blue right there, onto the top of my eyelid. I'm gonna be using this. It's from Luxie in 250 large eye blending. It looks like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use some of that blue. Just kind of tap it in into the edge. I hope a little bit of concealer in the light beige. I'm gonna just put a dot on my hand again. So the same concealer brush that I use for my eyebrows to do a little half cut crease right here. I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and did that half cut crease. I am gonna set it with the Fit Me powder that I did use earlier to set the rest of my face. I'm gonna be using the same brush that I used to set my eyelids. I'm just kind of tapping over it. I don't want to drag it to ruin the shape of the cut crease. So that. Then I'm going to be using brown to be the same brown that I used earlier as my transition shade to be blending out the edge of the cut crease, and it was the Selfie that I used before. I'm going to be creating a liner here with an eyeshadow palette. This is Festival. It looks like this. My sister got it in her BoxyCharm, so obviously I'm going to be using it. And I'm going to go in with the shade All Night with this angled brush like this. It looks like it's like an eyebrow pencil, but I'm going to go ahead and dab it in. And then I'm going to try and create a little eyeliner. Okay, I went ahead and created that brown liner there. I'm gonna go ahead and try it on the other eye and I'll be back. Okay, I went ahead and did the other eye. I'm gonna go ahead and add some shimmer. I'm using this Too Faced chocolate palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this one. It's called Gold Dipped. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and add some to my eye. Okay, I went ahead and added some shimmer. I feel like it's not enough, so I'm gonna add some from the same palette in the shade Rich Girl right on top. Down on my under eye to match the eyeshadow from the top. I'm gonna go ahead in with Selfie once again. Go ahead and add the bottom. And then to pop out the bluish green that I did put at the top, I am going to put this on my waterline. It's a neon eyeliner from Alley Girl in the shade, I want to say it's Fresh, but I'm not too sure. Okay, as guys, you see I did go ahead and put on my eyelashes. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my face portion again, and I'm gonna be using this big fluffy brush to be brushing out the transition powder that we did put on earlier, just like that. And now I'm gonna go in with my favorite blush. It's the one by KKW times Mario in shade Very Grateful. The packaging is like this. And it looks like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush, and I'm just gonna pat it a couple times and then go ahead and press it onto my cheekbones, going upward, never downward. Do the same thing on the other side. And I love a lot of blush, so that's everyone else's option on how much blush they do want to put on or not. And then I do put some on the tip of my nose like that. There we go. And after I did put on my blush, I'll go in with a little bit of highlight sometimes. I usually don't put on any highlight anymore, but I really like this Wet n Wild highlight in Golden Flower Crown. It looks like this. It's super old. I got it a really long time ago, but it's a really good highlight and super bomb. But I like to go in with my finger and I get some, and I do put some on my inner corner right here, like that. There we go. And then I'll put some on the top of my lip right here, and that's really about it. I don't really use any more highlight as much. I'm gonna go in with this MAC lip liner. It's in shade Strip Down. Looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and outline my lips. Okay, after I did outline my lips, I like to go in again with the brush I did use for my concealer. And then I'll just kind of outline my lips, just to define the shape of them after using the lip liner. And then before I do apply my lipstick, I am going to go in with some chapstick, and I do use this Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lips. I did purchase this at Target. It's really good. I like it. And then just go ahead and apply that with your finger. Then I'm going to go in with this Ofra lipstick. It doesn't tell me the shade because I've used it so much. It's like all rubbed off, but it looks like this. Go ahead and put that on my lip. Like that. And I've actually seen people on like Instagram and on like makeup tutorials that they usually, instead of like a nude, they'll put like some concealer in the middle of the lip. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that out and see if it actually works. Put that in the middle. Now I'm going to go ahead and put setting spray on my face, and I'm using that Urban Decay setting powder. Like that. And then after I do set my face, I like to use the Beauty Blender again and just like press it into my face like that. Okay, and this is the final look, everyone. I hope you guys liked it. It did come out a little bit greener blue. I thought maybe because of the blue it'd come out more blue, but I think because I did put the brown first and then the blue, it didn't really catch on much of the blue. It looks a little bit more green turquoise color. And please subscribe and like this video, and let me know if you guys want to see more content like this. And yeah, let me know what makeup look I should do next. Thank you.